Near mint condition, the home of collected editions. And check out that eye, that's exactly what we want to see. Woo, look at that panel, baby. And that, as they say, is that.
Hi everybody, this is Near Mint Condition, home of the collected editions. I'm Tik Tok Tina, and today I'm going to take you on an overview of The Summoning, Volume 1, The Art of the Craft by Elyse Castro from Oni Press. Alright, welcome back. First, thank you to Oni Press for sending this book. I did want to point out the dimensions. It is slightly smaller than your usual trade paperback from, say, Marvel here. You can see just, it cuts off. It is the same, I guess, width, but the height is maybe like a half an inch shorter. It is 248 pages, and it is, of course, glued. We can see kind of the dimensions here, the spine, the back, and it does retail for $19.99 here, and you can see the Oni Press. Here's the cover. Pages are it's not glossy, but it is a nice paper stock. It's a very matte finish. Bleed through, I did not see any bleed through when I was looking over this, so it's nice and not too thick, but not thin at all. And it is in black and white. So let's take a look inside this book. Now, as I said, this contains 248 pages of witchy goodness. So we meet these two characters. We've got them on the cover. It's Claire and her familiar Edgar, which is a cat, which is adorable. It's perfectly suited for those of us who love cat and a little magic in our life. I will say this is sort of angsty with character development. There's a lot going on, and there is a unique world that we're seeing in here. So we get introduced to Claire, her familiar, and this world that is all filled with magic and witches in a variety of ways. And the unique magic system in this is like you can draw and create magic. There's others who do potions. Claire, for example, loves to draw and create magic through her drawings. She is also, I guess, an orphan and was raised by this beholder creature, which is quite interesting. It kind of delves into her relationship with her friends, being a orphan, and trying to get accepted into a witches' school. Now, her mother from the orphanage is like, you can do your own thing, you can create your own magic, and that is wonderful. You do not need to be influenced by, this council of witches. Also, I want to point out this bunny friend is so perfect. Bunny should be sweet, innocent. This bunny is always like, kind of like, you don't need them, like, who cares? And just grumpy, and I love that character. But it's her trial in getting acceptance and finding her own path with her magic, and she actually wants to do the mainstream route. She wants to go to this magic school. She wants to be inducted into this mainstream magic school. But she has some problems with her drawings because she is still unsure of herself, and it shows with her drawings and the magic that it manifests. So although her intentions are not necessarily to mess things up or make things go awry, things do happen when she doesn't put enough confidence in her artwork or herself. And it's through her relationships with the other characters in the story that she can forge her pathway into this magic school and find that perhaps it's not exactly what she planned, not exactly what she wanted, but it's exactly what she needed to do in life. Now, this is volume 1, so it doesn't completely tie up everything. It does kind of contain a story on how she gets accepted into the school, but not her adventures afterwards. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of this come to fruition. And like I said, it is a very gorgeous painterly type of artwork. Very done in, and tell me if I'm wrong, but these definitely look like watercolors. So I don't know if this was originally done in color and then turned to black and white, but it is very striking in black and white. I think it's perfect. I don't think this book needs any colors. To be warned, this does contain magic. It does have pentagrams. It does deal with death. Not like horrible death or anything like that. It's actually pretty cutesy in its world building. There's nothing super grotesque, but it does have mentions of like witchcraft and that thing. So if you don't want your kids reading something like this, I understand. I would say this would be for teens. I don't think there's any, yeah, it's just a graphic novel fantasy. So it is fantasy. There's no suggestive themes in this outside of magic and some just like people being slightly secondhand embarrassed on this for triggers. But it is simply gorgeous. As I said, there's no bleed through with this thick paper. So you can't see any of the lines from the previous page. And it's got a good feel in the hand, so it is glued binding. You definitely get a full story. It is to the edges artwork. Backgrounds are beautiful, and the characters, like, you can definitely connect with a character in this. Oh, as I said, this guy, I just want to say, this rabbit, this rule breaker is so cute. I just love this little stinker. So check it out. It's a good read. So, and I will say for the back little side, it does give you sort of a wreath spell instruction. So it gives you a little recommendation on how to make a wreath, make a crackle pop. So it gives you some recipes in the back, how to do a little craft and a manifestation spell. So if you're not into witchcraft, you know, you can just ignore this little bit, but it is really cute. Got her adoptive mother or her like orphanage mother there. So this is really cute. It's the debut graphic novel from Elyse Castro, creator of the animated short of the same name. So I did watch the animated short of this, and I loved the characters there, and I love the characters here. And that is it. That is the overview of The Summoning, The Art of the Craft, Volume 1 from Elyse Castro. Hey guys, did you pick this up? Do you like cats? Do you like magic? I love this painterly artwork. Do you enjoy it? Please comment down below, like, subscribe, and all that jazz.